Good morning, my friends. This is Becky. So, welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I am going through my good midlife crisis where I am journeying through my 40s and I am working oh so hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I am working on my physical, my financial, and my mental health. And today is Friday, March the 14th, and March the 15th, and we are going to be budgeting out the money that you see above my head. This is $1,929.11, and we are going to be doing that in the app that you see behind me. This is an app called YNAB. You need a budget, and this app is fantastic for digital cash stuffing, which is what I do. Also, I use Malwarebytes apparently, and my computer's safe in case you were worried about that. So it is Friday. It's almost 7:30, but we don't have a lot to budget out today. It's a payday, so that's why I have such a large amount to budget, and then I have a little bit of rollover, and that is how I do it. If you are new, welcome. I do my cash stuffing digitally. I am not a cash person, and if you are not new, welcome back. You're familiar with me. So what I do is I budget out my money. I get paid bi-weekly, but I budget weekly. So I'll have a little bit of rollover from week to week. And I have just over $200 left from last week. Thought I was going to sneeze. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just a little over 200, about $210 left over from last week, and then my paycheck. I should also get money from a friend of mine who took over a car payment this week, but he'll send me that later in the week when he gets paid, and that will just sit here until his car payment is due. And the rent. Rent is not what you pay on a car. Insurance is what you pay on a car. So, for those of you who are not new, I did respond to all my comments and I rewatched my video from last week, y'all. I'm sticking on top of this. And so, I just want to say, I feel like I know everybody always says that they have a community, and I do believe that this is a community. And I feel like I'm quite open, and y'all are truly my friends, and I really do love you and appreciate you. And I have never felt that more than last week when I put that video up and I got so many comments, and Libby immediately, one of the first comment, like I think she was the first comment, and it was just within just a little bit of me posting that video asking if I was okay. And I didn't even know that I was coming across as stressed. I watched that video back and I didn't even see it, and I am me. But girl, yes, I am stressed. There is so much going on in my life and I am a pretty open book, and I do talk about a lot of what is going on, but the things that are stressing me are not mine to talk about, so I am not talking about them. One of the things I will probably talk about because it will affect my budget, because it's going to change some of the things, but it's not my thing directly. So I haven't been talking about these things. They are not, I mean, they're not good things, but they're not like nobody's dying. There's not like anything super dramatic going on. I'm not getting evicted. There's nothing really horrible going on, but they're not happening to me directly, so I haven't talked about them because they're not my things. But they are affecting me, and I guess they are affecting me more than I thought they were affecting me if they're coming across to where y'all can see it. So, thank you all so much for your concern. I am sorry. I did not mean to concern you. My finances are actually fine. And this is like one of the first times in my life that I have had big mental stressors and haven't gone out and just made giant purchases, bought a car for my niece that I couldn't afford, done horrible, like gone and purchased an entire new wardrobe, and done horrible financial decision making and blown my budget out of the water and put myself in a hole. Like, this is the first time in my life that I have had stressors and not made awful decisions. Even when my dad passed a couple of years ago and I was already on this budgeting journey, it was before I started my channel. Right before I was making videos, but I hadn't started my channel yet. I was using YNAB, and I was aware of my, like, what was going on But even then, I still made some, I did some shopping and I did some things and I got myself racked up. And right before I started this channel is when I got racked up all the credit card debt. If you've been around since the beginning, and I know some of you have, like I know Aram has, and I'm sure that others of y'all have, but she's just the one that came to the top of my head. I think Jenny has maybe as well. The credit card debt that I started with before I did the debt consolidation loan, all of that was from right after my father passed away. Um, because I went and just went shopping, because that's normally how I deal with stress. And I'm very proud of myself that I am not doing that right now. Maybe that contributed to my decision to buy dinner for my family a couple of weeks ago. I don't think so. I think that's just something I've always wanted to do. And again, I was able to just pay that off. But I don't think that did. I think, but maybe it did. I don't know. But I haven't gone and purchased a new wardrobe, even though I technically actually do really need one right now, even though before I didn't. Now I actually do. I'm not doing that. I did buy my plane tickets, but that was something that I needed to do. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do a mental health check-in video because it's way overdue for one of those. But that's not what this video is. This is a financial health check-in. So if you're new and you're just clicking on this video and you're like, what is this chick rambling on about? Hi, I'm Becky. I talk a lot. Welcome. Um, I do have a mental health playlist. This is not one of those videos, I promise. I'm not going to go into all of that here. But thank y'all for being concerned about me. Thank y'all for knowing me well enough to recognize that I was stressed when I didn't even realize I was portraying that. So yes, I was stressed. Yes, I am still stressed, but it is not related to my budget. It is just other stuff going on, not related to finances, that I will get into some of the details for some of it in another video. So I will probably be doing a fresh start of my budget in the next couple of weeks. I'm not exactly sure when because some changes will be coming and I think they are big enough to garner a fresh start. So if you are wondering about YNAB and how fresh starts work, watch out for that video, because I'm going to probably be doing one. My only concern with doing a fresh start is I will lose my reporting, which is not such a big deal because you can go back to your old budget and get the first couple of months worth of information and then go into the new month, the new budget, and get the rest of the information. It's just a little bit inconvenient. So if anybody from YNAB is watching, if there's a way to like pull the report information in with your fresh start, that would be fantastic. But I get a fresh start shouldn't have old information in it. So I do get the idea of that, but maybe there would be an option like include information for reporting or don't include information for reporting. Just throwing that out there. Anyhoodle, let's get into the budget, shall we? So the money that you see, $1,929.11 is what we are going to be using. Budgeting, and I actually don't have a lot. I only have 2 bills I need to pay, and then my regular, normal every week things that I need to fill, and then the 2 that I fill for paycheck weeks. So before I forget, I'm going to shrink myself up into the corner, and we'll come back and we'll get that all budgeted out. Give me 1 second, and I will be right back. Also, okay, I'm small. But also, I forgot to show y'all when I was big, I was cleaning out this old like wicker thing, like wicker, I don't know what you would call it, but it's like a shelf that has wicker baskets on it. And it's just become a catch-all for the last like 4 years or 5 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I've just been throwing stuff in it. And I finally cleaned it out this past weekend. And I found this old calculator, which I didn't even know I still had. I didn't even know I ever had it. Look at how gloriously like early aughts this is. I love it. It's pink, it's bubbly, and it still works. And I totally use this to revamp my whole budget. That's what I've been doing all week is like working on my budget. So this is what I'm going to be redoing my budget for. But it's all worked out all the way through the end of the summer. My whole budget. Anyway, I loved this calculator. I forgot how much I loved this calculator. Fun fact, one of my first jobs was at Staples. I worked at Toys R Us, I worked at Food Town, I worked at Staples for quite a while. I was the copy and print center manager there. Yeah, I loved that job. Worked with a bunch of my friends. I worked at Mobil because in New Jersey it's illegal to pump your own gas. So I worked at the gas station, and that was actually absolutely 100% my favorite job. I loved working at the gas station. I worked with all of my friends from high school, not all of them, obviously, but a bunch of my friends from high school. I went to the gas station to hang out when I wasn't even working. Like, I spent my days off at my job. I loved that job. Anyway, shall we budget? Shall we? So, the way YNAB works, if you are new, is when you get money um, assigned, when you get money in, it puts it in here at the top. It used to be called ready to be budgeted. Now it's called, or to be budgeted. Now it's called ready to assign. And then you can either ask it to assign automatically, which I have never done. I have no idea how this works. It terrifies me. And I was watching Nikki over at Midlife Adulting, and she literally just started her YNAB budgeting journey. If y'all are looking for somebody who is brand new to YNAB and trying to figure this out as she goes, and I recommend her channel. She is learning as she goes. So if you are also learning as you go and want to watch somebody else figure it out, Nikki, I will link her channel below, is also on that journey with you. Anyway, she also said she was terrified, and I'm like, I feel you, friend. I am also terrified. I have never used this, but it is an option that is available. And the way I think it does it is it assigns it based on when things are due and the priority. But I don't use this. I assign everything manually. So you just go down here and you click where you want it. Alternately, on this side of the screen, if you have something chosen, like if you have it clicked and you have a target set, which you should 100% set targets for everything, and you tell it to auto assign, it will auto assign whatever you tell it. You can tell it to assign whatever you assigned last month. You can auto assign up to the total that you want for the rest of the month. So that this I am not terrified of. The auto assign at the top, I have never used it, and I probably never will. Maybe one day when everything is like fully funded and I'm a month or two ahead and I just feel like playing around, maybe I'll do that. But for now, no. So the way I do it, every week I give myself $40 for dining out. So I'm going to hit plus $40. Also, fun fact, because I was watching Michael over at Midlife Money Moves, and this whole assign thing, this is a calculator. So if you want to, you can add, subtract. So I'm adding $40 to this, but if I wanted to make this a total amount, I could do like a whole math equation in here to get this to be whatever I wanted to be. So if I wanted this total to be $100, I could say 144 minus $100 minus 144, and it would make this equal $100. I'm not going to because that's not what I want it to be, but that is how I could make this whole thing. So I know Michael was on one of his videos, and I think it was because I'm so behind on watching videos because I spent my whole week doing this. And then I just spent the last couple of nights, once I finished that, trying to get caught up on a lot of other videos. And oh my goodness. And I just realized that my whole screen is not recording. I just realized that. Is it too late? Can I fix this while I'm recording? I don't think I can. Y'all can't see the bottom of my screen, and I'm sorry. But my brain isn't working, and I'm going to come back to you. But there was one channel that I hadn't watched, that I just realized that you posted a couple of videos, and I need to go watch your videos. And I don't know if I'll get to it tonight, but I'm going to try to catch up on your videos. Avery. I don't know why I couldn't remember your name, Avery, but I'm going to go watch your videos. I just saw that you have like 2 or 3 videos, and I don't know how I didn't know that. But I saw them last night, but I was already exhausted because this daylight savings time is killing me. But I'm going to go watch your videos, Avery. I saw them, and I'm going to go watch them. But anyway, I was catching up on Michael's videos, and he was doing one of his videos, and Michael cracks me up. He is so relatable. If you have not yet watched Michael's videos, he's so relatable. He is in his 50s and he is just now trying to get started on budgeting. He's a couple months in. He is doing so well. He's getting his life in order. and I love it. I'll link his channel below. I'm going to link some channels below. If you are interested, it's not just YNAB. So most of these people do YNAB, but not all of them do YNAB. I'm going to link some channels below that I watch. I watch Michael, I watch Liz, I watch Libby, I watch the It's Just Finance. I'm going to link some channels below that I love and that I think y'all will love if you haven't already checked them out, because these people are awesome and they deserve some subs. If you're looking for new channels, I understand we all have some channels and sometimes we get a little overwhelmed and get some behind, like I was behind on watching videos. But if you're looking for new channels, these are the channels. I watch more than just these, but these are the ones that I think y'all will probably love. If you enjoy my content, you'll probably enjoy these people as well. I am going to finish what I'm doing. Anyway, he was saying there's got to be an easier way to do this. This is how you do it. This is a calculator. You don't need to use a separate calculator because this is a calculator right here. Like you can't do formulas and whatnot, but it is a calculator. So anyway, I do $40 a week for dining out there. So that added my $40. Groceries, I do $100 a week. Fun money, I do $10 a week. Ecclesial expenses. This is my church donation. I do $80 a week in here. This is $60 for the actual into the bag donation, and then another $20 to go out for a meal afterwards. If I don't use that $20, for example, last week I didn't, I just roll that $20 back into my like next week money, and it goes back into what goes up here to be ready to assign for the next week. Coffee, I'm increasing this. I am going to be realistic. I always say budget for what you're actually doing and not what you wish you were doing. And I need to follow my own advice. I have been budgeting $15 a week, and that is not what I am spending. I'm spending way more than that. I am increasing this from $15 to $25 a week. I need to be realistic about what I'm actually spending on coffee. It's not ideal, and ultimately I should cut that down, but I need to budget what I'm actually spending. So I did a comparison for the last couple of months, and I've spent about $100 a month on coffee, which is not ideal, but that is what I am spending, which if you do an average 4-week month, that's $25 a week. So I'm going to budget $25 a week for coffee. Gas, I do $25 every paycheck for gas. And self-care, I do $25 every paycheck for self-care. That is it. The self-care is kind of like a sinking fund. I let it sit here until I use it. I use this for if I buy myself some perfume, if I want to buy myself some flowers. I know like, y'all, my brain, I'm serious. My brain is not working. I wrote everybody's names down a couple of weeks ago because I know how my brains don't work. So, Shay. Oh, look, there's Avery's name right there. I should have looked at that. Shay. Kaylee and Shay at Just Finance. So it's Shay that does the Pretty House. She buys her flowers. They have a Pretty House fund in their YNAB. I just take it from my self-care because that's, for me, that's to put flowers in my house is, for me, it's my self-care. So anyway, I might buy myself some flowers. I might buy myself some perfume. I might get my hair done. I might go get pedicure, whatever I want. But if I don't use it, it just sits here in this category until I do use it. So that is what this category is for. Pet expenses, household, YouTube expenses, all of this gets filled at the beginning of the month. It's the third week of the month, so this isn't getting filled. The other things that I have to fill right now are, I have 2 bills coming out this week. OneDrive, this is $10 every month I put in here. I have a $7.57 bill that comes out. This is my OneDrive, my Microsoft 360 subscription that I pay for the Office, for Office. And then I leave a couple of extra dollars in here every month for my ink. I have a OneDrive, HP Instant Ink subscription, and I'm grandfathered into the $0 a month plan where I don't actually pay anything unless I go over 10 pages a month. If I go over 10 pages a month, I pay $1 for every 15 pages. I might get $0 for 15 pages, and if I go over that, I get 10 pages for $1. I can't remember how it works. But anyway, last month I had to pay $2, but then I shouldn't have to pay anything for the next couple of months because I only print a handful of pages every month. And so I'll have a couple of extra that will roll me into the next month or two. So I'll be okay. And then Planet Fitness is my gym membership. That is due on the 17th. That is $27.11. So here's an example of where I would just use my underfunded. I have my target set to ask me to fill it to $27.11 every month. So I can just hit that underfunded button. And now it's filled to $27.11. I previously had a Waldo contact subscription. I no longer have this. I am now wearing, because I'm 43, I'm almost 44 years old. My eyes, I have an astigmatism, and I've noticed that I'm having a really hard time seeing driving at night, especially when it's raining. Lights are haloing. So last time I went to the eye doctor in November, December, can't remember when I went, I talked to him about getting contacts that will correct that. My glasses correct that, but I don't really like to wear glasses when I'm driving. I have a very strong prescription. I think it's like -9 something. I'm very, very nearsighted. And so when I wear my glasses, it kind of fish bowls around the edges, and I don't like to drive with those. I will if I have to, but I don't like to. So I talked to him about getting my contacts like that. So that I have toric contacts now, and I can't order those from the place I was ordering them. And somebody here, can't remember who you were, I'm sorry, was like, why aren't you using your HSA for your contacts? And honestly, I never even knew that I could do that. And I can. I looked into it, and yes, I 100% can. So I am now ordering my contacts from a different company that has toric contacts, and I am using my HSA to pay for it. So I actually don't need this anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and hide it. I'm not going to delete it because I don't want to lose all of the information for reporting, which I guess technically doesn't matter if I'm going to do a fresh start. But I'm going to go ahead and hide that because I don't need that anymore. This budget goes through the 21st, and I am so glad I said that because I didn't put it on here, but the 21st means I have to pay my mattress firm, which I always forget to put on here because it's down in the credit card section. So that is $80 due on the 21st. I will put that in there, and I will write that on my budget. I'll probably have it on next week. I'm going to write that. So the way I do my budget is I plan it out on my Budget Moms book here, and then I put it into YNAB when I'm ready to actually budget it, when I actually have my money, because you're not supposed to put anything into YNAB until you have the money. This is not a plan, this is a budget. This is a plan, this is a budget. So now I'm glad I said that. So nothing else is due before the 21st. Yes, I am good. All of these are due after the 21st, so I don't have to fund them. Because what you're supposed to do in YNAB is ask yourself, what does this money need to do for me before I get paid again? So the only other things that I am going to do is I am going to put $52 into my emergency fund, which I did take money out of. If you are new, it's looking, no, I'm not putting money into my emergency fund because I'm only doing that once a month. I'm putting $2 into my baby Joe, who is my great nephew, and my baby Jet, who is my other great nephew. They each get $1 a week, so $2 a paycheck. My emergency fund got a little bit of money taken out of it. I used it to cover the meal that I paid for my family. And then every paycheck I am putting $25 into taxes. This is to pay for next year, well, this year's, but next year's tax preparation and if I owe anything at the end of the year. That's it. That's everything. So that leaves me $1,478 exactly. Somehow, exactly, I have no change, to move into next week. So next week, next Friday, when you come back, if I haven't done a fresh start before then, I will be budgeting out this $1,478. Plus, I will probably have the money from Seth. So that will be an additional $460. This is the money that we will be budgeting out next week because I will not have another paycheck before then. So if YNAB looks like something that you are interested in trying out, there's a link in my description box. You can try it out for 34 days for free. No obligation. You don't put any payment information in so they can't accidentally charge you if you forget to cancel it. If you do like it, at the end of that, that is when they will charge you. You would get an additional 30 days for free. So you get 64 days for free if you want to try it out and you've used my link. And then they will give me 30 days for free. So thank you. Also, I will link the channels that I've mentioned below as well. So I recommend checking them out and giving them a subscribe if you do like them because, well, Liz has a lot, but she is trying to reach 2,500 subscribers. The other channels I don't think any of them have 1,000 subs yet. So if you like them, make sure you give them a like and a sub. And otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. Again, thank y'all so much. Thank you. I really do love you and appreciate you. And I will see you all next week. Bye.